Hi, I'm Julie. Welcome to yoga class. I am really happy to have with me some wonderful students. I have here Kara, Lynn, John, and Kristen. And we're going to be looking at, I usually like to have people guess what pose we're going to do at a certain point, but I'm going to put it out there. Eka, one, Pada, foot, Bakasana. One-legged crow. All right, so we're going to begin. I know she's not happy, but hey, we work on it. Because as I always say, you know what happens if you don't get into this pose? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so let's come into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Curl your arms long in front of you. And child's pose is a really good opportunity to feel your breath. So as you breathe in, really let your belly go out like a balloon. It's the one time in your life you don't have to worry about sucking it in. And as you exhale, then do suck it in. So really pull your navel up to your spine. Inhale, full breath. Exhale, pull it in. And now take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to do something a little funky. You're going to pull your navel in and then slide up so you're on your shins, right? And your spine is really rounded. So let your head go, your fingertips. So come all the way back, your sitting bones down to your heels, almost like what I call sulky pose. And then bring your knees together and then slide back down in a knees together, child's pose. Take another breath in, stick that belly out. And on the breath, and as you let the breath out, again, pull your navel towards your spine and rise up to what would be a cat pose. Yeah, walk your knees apart. Let your head be heavy. And as you keep your arms really straight, think about taking your right inner shoulder blade towards your right pinky and your left inner shoulder blade towards your left pinky. Keep your head heavy and extend your legs back into a plank. Feeling that space between your shoulder blades, yeah, and then finish off the pose by extending your neck, coming to regular plank. Nice, everybody. And then up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. We're going to do that a few more times. Pull forward into the plank. Dip back, regular child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Deep breath in, let your belly really stick out, and on the breath out, slide up so you're sitting on your shins. Yeah, keep the sitting bones back onto your heels and really let your spine be nice and round. So yeah, be a little bit rounded. Yeah, good. And then bring your knees together and then slide back into that child's pose with the knees together. Another breath in, stick the belly out, and as you let the breath come in, rise up to a cat pose. Again, really looking at that space. Since we are looking at a pose that's the Bakasana family, that space between the shoulder blades is really crucial. Extend your legs back into plank. Extend your neck. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, plank pose. Child's pose, regular style. Breath in. The breath out, slide up so you're on your shins. Letting your head go down. Good. Bring your knees together. Slide back into that knees together child's pose. Breath in. Breath out. Come up to the cat pose. Really trying to get those arms straight. Extend your legs into plank. Extend your neck. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. One last time like this. Plank. Child's pose. Breath in. Breath out, slide up on your shins. Really make everything very round, letting the head go back down. And then put the knees together and slide back forward. Push up to the cat. Extend the legs to plank. Extend the neck, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And now you can roll through the balls of your toes, really pressing your heels towards the ground, arms nice and straight. So this is a pose, when we get there, like most people's arms are not going to be straight in this pose. You'll see mine are very, very bent. But the feeling, the mood of the pose is that the arms are pushing up into the straightness. So this is a good time to practice that. On your inhale, lift your right leg high and straight. Bend your knee and open and lift your hip over towards the right without letting the left side collapse, and then straighten out your leg. Turn your leg in and bring your right knee to the outside of your right shoulder. Really make contact, and then swing it back behind you. Knee towards nose, shoulders over your wrists. Again, really make your back round, and extend that leg back behind you. Knee to the outside of your right shoulder. Hold there. Right shoulder, Kristen, right shoulder. Yeah. And then keep stepping your foot forward in a wide-legged lunge. Tap your back knee down and let your head go forward and low. And sometimes we let the right knee fall out to the side, but for today, try to hug it in. And your hands, you can lower down to your forearms or the blocks if the floor feels too far away. And even though it's not the focus, let's watch that back foot, making sure we're not sickling. So pulling the outer ankle in. Nice, everybody. Good. And then plant your palms, straighten your arms, tuck your back to lift your back knee. Stay in this wide-legged lunge. Straighten up that front leg and fold. So it's a little asymmetrical than usual, but really then still keep trying to take your left outer hip down. Yeah, good. One more breath in, so drop this a little bit. Keep the straightness in the front leg, bend the back knee, push off and step wide-legged Uttanasana, grabbing the opposite elbows. I've been loving the phrase recently, lead balloon, right? So think about your head like a lead balloon. And there's 2 lead balloons at the bottom of your elbows. Good. Then release your hands down. Heel toe your feet all the way to touch and fold. And as much as we're uprighting our legs, we're letting that pelvis go up and over. Good. Malasana. Inner feet stay together, knees go wide. And again, so you can see this is child's pose, only it's a different configuration to gravity. Some people's heels will go down, some won't. Don't stress if your heels don't go down, but don't also try to pick them up. Good. Now, as you take your hands back towards you, bring your knees together and push yourself up into Uttanasana forward fold. Really trying to keep your chest on your thighs. Nice, everybody. Another breath in and out. Let's step that left leg back into a lunge. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pulling forward into a plank. Remember, arms straight, outer arms in. Feel that space between your shoulder blades, getting broad. Lower down to your mat as slow as you can, with a lot of control, pinning those elbows back. Oh, nice, Innie, nice, nice. Who's gonna win the race? I think it's John. Separate your feet. Let's come up to tented fingertips for the cobra. Yeah, and then we'll be working the opposite way with the inner shoulder blades. Take the inner shoulder blades into the spine. Yeah. To lift the back. Good, and then extend your heart back down towards your mat. Pick yourself up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. All that to the other side. Lift the left leg up. Bend your knee and open and lift your hip over to the left without letting that right outer hip collapse so much. And then extend your leg. Turn it in. Let's take the left knee to the outside of the left shoulder. Yes, and swing it back behind you. Knee towards nose, shoulders over your wrists. Scoop your belly. And take the leg back behind you. Again, we'll come to the outside of our left shoulder. Hold there. Then keep stepping your foot wide of your left hand. Tap your back knee down, lower down to your forearms or the blocks if the floor feels too far away. And instead of letting the knee fall out to the side, hug it in. And then, I'm looking at your feet in the back. Check to see if you're sickled. Pull the outer ankle in. Yeah, good. Then plant your palms, straighten your arms, tuck your back toe, lift your back knees, stay wide as you straighten up that front leg and hinge back. Right hands inside. And so that right hip, I know, it wants to pop up. Instead, send that right outer hip down. Good, keep the straightness in the front leg, bend the back knees, step forward, wide-legged Uttanasana, forward fold. Let the back of the head go down. Again, the back of the head is like the lead balloon. Nice. Heel toe the feet all the way to touch and fold. Malasana, inner feet stay together, knees go wide. Let your head go down. And then think of the work we've already done. So feeling like the inner right shoulder blade's going to the outer right arm, the left inner shoulder blade's going to the outer left arm. Good. Now, as you bring your knees together, keep your chest on your thigh as you push yourself into the Uttanasana forward fold. So I like to look back between my legs to try to keep that relationship. Yeah, nice everybody. Bend your knees and step your right leg back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Coming forward into a plank. Feel that space between the shoulder blades get a little bit more broad, and then lower down as slow as you can. Yes, keep lifting up the back of your ears though, Lynn. Separate your feet, fingertip cobra. Wrapping those upper outer arms back, taking the shoulder blades into the back, and then extend your heart back down towards the mat. Up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Let's take a little stroll towards the top of our mat. We'll meet in a Uttanasana, forward fold. Let's put the big toes together, a little bit of space between the heels, and really trying to get the legs upright. So in Ekapada Bakasana, one leg is really folded like a crow. So what one of my teachers always used to say, in order to fold the leg well, you got to straighten it. So really try to straighten those legs. Yeah. Ardha Uttanasana, that's a flat back coming halfway up, hands on your hips, and then come all the way upright. And then extend your arms down by your side, Tadasana. For a breath in, and a breath out. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, dive and fold Uttanasana back down towards your mat. Go ahead and step your right leg back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Plank pose, shift your weight forward. Chaturanga Dandasana, squeeze the elbows straight back. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Nice, everybody. Lift that right leg high and straight. Step it between your hands. Straighten up that front leg and fold over it. Bend the back knee and push off, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Let's slide back down to that Malasana. So the knees will go apart. So some people's heels go down, some won't. Don't worry about that, but just really have your spine round. And then slide your hands back. Try to keep your chest on your thighs as you push yourself into that Uttanasana, forward fold. Then circle and sweep your arms wide and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Diving and folding Uttanasana, right back down. You'll step the left leg back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana, so lift up your head a little bit. Yeah. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Lifting that left leg high and straight. Stepping it between your hands. Straighten up the front leg and fold over it. Push off the back foot, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Malasana from the straight leg. So really try to get your inner feet, even your big toes all the way together. Spread the space between your shoulder blades. And then slide your hands back and push into a forward fold. Nice, everyone. Good. Circle and sweep your arms wide and up. Urdhva Hastasana, lifting up and then folding right back down, Uttanasana. Same. Step the right leg back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. Plank pose, rolling forward. Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out, lifting the right leg high. Stepping it between your hands. Keep stepping forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Malasana, slide your waist down, lift your belly, spread the space between your shoulder blades, and then take the hands back and push yourself, almost like you're in a panini press, like head to thigh. Good, circle and sweep your arms wide and up. Urdhva Hastasana, diving and folding, Uttanasana. Left leg reaches back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, plank pose. Chaturanga, Urdhva Mukha, that's better, Lynn, yeah. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts high. Step it between your hands. Keep stepping forward, Uttanasana. Malasana, last time like this for now. Lift the navel, think of the cat poses, good. Then slide your hands back, come into that forward fold. Circle and sweep your arms wide and up. Urdhva Hastasana. I'm going to change it up, but one last Surya Namaskar. Diving and folding Uttanasana. Step your right leg back. Let's come into a one-legged plank. So swing that left leg up and really get it as high as you possibly can be. Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping that leg up there. Yeah, tap it down. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Nice, Kirsten. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Walk your feet just like 2 inches closer to your face and all the way to touch. Hop or step your way forward. Try to keep your arms straight and lift your belly and hop. Nice, everybody. Flat back as you breathe in. Fold down as you breathe out. Circle and sweep your arms wide and up. Urdhva Hastasana, diving and folding Uttanasana. We'll step that left leg back. One-legged plank, so make sure it's still a plank. Lift that leg up, yeah. Chaturanga Dandasana, John, bring your shoulders more over your wrists, yeah. Tap your foot down, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Walk to a little bit closer and all the way to touch. Lift the navel and hop forward, but you can always step, of course. Good. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back as you breathe in. Squeeze my finger. Yeah, dive and fold as you breathe out. Circle and sweep your arms wide and up. This time, gather your hands in prayer. Pull that prayer down into your heart and extend your arms down by your side. Tadasana. I love when they feel me coming. She's coming. I must correct my rib cage. Utkatasana. Sit down. Sitting bones back towards heels. And it's a reminder that when we do Utkatasana, yeah, look down and see if you can see your toes. Hello, toes. And most of you have beautiful manicured feet, except for John and I, so admire that. Good. One more breath. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, straighten up. Diving and folding Uttanasana. I have sort of like elephant feet going on here. Come up to the tips of your fingertips to prepare. Hop or step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana, chest forward, legs back. Good hopping, everybody. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Let's not let the hip open up now. So lift the right leg straight up to the sky. Yeah, step it between your hands. Pivot your toes towards the left, coming to a wide-legged straddle. Come up to the tips of your fingertips first. So make your spine long, lift up your kneecaps, and then fold on down. And we're gonna do, I will micromanage. We're gonna do the version where your hands are in between your feet like a chaturanga. And really, I'm really looking for those chaturanga elbows, which everybody here can do. So not elbows out to the side like chicken wings. So really point the pointy part of your elbows right back behind you and then lift your kneecaps up. For those watching this later, if you can't do chaturanga arms, do what you can to get your legs straight and your sitting bones over your heels. So Lynn, bring your weight a tiny bit more forward, just a tiny bit, yeah, good. And then come up to your tips of your fingertips. We're gonna crawl into Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. So go ahead and crawl to the right. Right knee bends, left leg turns a little bit in. Let's keep the right hand to the inside of the shape and take your left hand to your hip. Yeah, lean back, lean back, lean back, and then take that left arm up and over. Yeah, and of course the hand can come to the floor, to the block. Good, everybody. Now keep pressing your left thigh bone back, back, back. Yeah, 3 out of the 4. 3 out of 4 students need to press their thigh bone back and then turn. Good. Now pull yourself back up, Virabhadrasana 2. Stay in your heels and come up. Ah, yeah, nice. John, turn your back foot in a little bit more. Yeah, watch that back arm, Kara. Have it come right. Yes. Shoulders away from the ears. Lynn, peaceful warrior. Extend and reach your way back. Yeah, and then it's slight, but you sort of have to cut that left, cut that left hip bone in to get a little bit more bang for your buck. Keep reaching back and straighten up your front leg. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Let's take the hand to the outside of the leg, to the floor, to the shin, to the block, maybe even to the thigh. Yeah. And then remember, these are sideways movements. Yes, nice, everybody. Because you don't want your chest way in front of you. Yeah, let's take your hand back to like here. Yeah. Good. Cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Plank pose coming forward. Shift the weight forward. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Nice work. Lift the left leg up, straight up. Don't let it turn out. Yeah, step it between your hands. Pivot your toes towards the right, come to that wide-legged straddle. So step 1 is always coming from extension, so make everything long. Up on fingertips, lift the kneecaps, and then fold on down. Hands in between your feet like chaturanga if and you can, right? Pointing the pointing part of your elbows back. Tucking your chin towards your chest if you're close enough to the ground. So you'd be aiming the back of your head to the ground, yeah. And so hopefully you're feeling the space between your shoulder blades is getting broad like what we've been working at. Come up to the tips of your fingertips. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Turn your left toes out, turn your right toes in. Bend the left knee. Left hand's gonna stay the inside of the shape to the floor, to the block. Yeah, I like taking the hand to the hip there so you can point that elbow back and then take the right arm up and over. Yeah, good. Really trying to extend. Now, if you have a shoulder thing, you keep it up to the sky, but if you can, take it over your ear. Come up to your fingertips. Let me see something like, yeah, much more space. Good. Pull yourself up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Don't unbend the leg, maybe even bend it more. Yeah, so Trying to keep your arms like right out of your chest so it opens up your chest, and then spin your rib cage a little bit more towards me. Yeah. Peaceful warrior, extend and reach your way back. Yes, really going sideways and then keep reaching back and straighten up your front leg. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. So try to think about being in the pose before you get there. This is one of the things my teacher used to say, like, so you don't get there and fix, which is something I do. Get there and fix. Try to get to your destination already fixed. So sometimes we might need to drop the bottom ribs and turn. Yeah, good. Cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. It's gonna start the same. Lift the right leg up. Step it between your hands. Pivot your toes towards the left, coming to that wide-legged straddle. First, come from extension. And then this time, as you fold, let's take our fingertips in line with our toe tips. So like a Shavasana B, like a tripod headstand. We'll come up the next time if you want to. But fingertips are in line with toe tips. And the same thing. The elbows going too wide sort of takes the broadness in the upper back that we're looking for today. And then lift your kneecaps. Lift your low belly. Lift your shoulders up away from the ground, the inner shoulder blades up away from the ground. Good. Yeah. Come up to the tips of your fingertips. Utthita Parsvakonasana. So crawl, crawl, crawl. Make sure the back foot makes its little journey in a little bit. More, John. Turn the back foot more in. More. Yeah, even more in. Yeah. Because then your left inner thigh wraps back. Yeah. I like that fingertip move there. Push into my foot. Yes. Kara, you too. Press. Yep. Press that back. Yeah, good. And then pull yourself up, Virabhadrasana 2. Yeah. Make sure the back thigh bone's pressing back. Peaceful warrior, extend and reach your way back. Yeah. And you say, give your left arm a job. Like it's got a kettlebell in it. Let it pull you sideways. Then keep going back and straighten that front leg. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose, up and over. And so one of my teachers says is like, you want to parallel park your hips. Like, beep, 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 cut that front hip back. Yeah, and then take that right buttocks underneath you. Nice, everybody, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. We're going to step forward this time, wide-legged Uttanasana, forward fold. So not super wide, but, about hip distance width apart. And again, trying to get some straightness in the legs. So then we go to yogi squat. Turn the heels and the toes out. Taking a moment to widen your inner knee towards your outer knee and then sit, right? So a lot of times in YogaRenew, a lot of teachers will call malasana the thing we did earlier, and this is yogi squat. And sometimes other teachers call this malasana, just to not confuse you. Like in Iyengar yoga system, the thing with the feet together is malasana. So really let the heels go down, the pelvis be heavy, but the arches lift and feel like a frog. Yes. Then go ahead and put your hands down, straighten out your legs, turn your toes in and fold. Again, lead balloon your head. Come up to the tips of your fingertips. Now, again, go back to your inner shoulder blades. Feel like your right inner shoulder blades moving towards your right pinky, your left inner shoulder blades moving toward your left pinky. Lift up your navel and hop your feet together. Come up to the tips of your fingertips, lift up your navel, hop or step it back. Chaturanga Dandasana, chest forward, legs back. Elbows really bending back. Nice. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Nice, everybody. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing back out. An extra breath in and a breath out. Go ahead and lift your left leg up. Step it between your hands. Pivot your toes towards the right. First, take that moment. Yeah, I like the attention I'm seeing to the feet. Yeah, and then fold on down. Fingertips in line with toe tips. Kirsten, I think your shoulders are not that broad. Pull your elbow out. Take your arms a little bit in. You're not a linebacker. What's happening here? Crown of the head down. Lift up your belly. Lift up your arches. And if you have a tripod headstand, Shavasana B in your practice, now be a lovely time to take it. Taking those elbows towards each other. And then once you get up there, really reach. Point your toes towards the sky. Yeah, keep coming, John, until you feel my hand on the back of your leg. Keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. Wake up. There we go. And then take your legs wide and down through the straddle. And you have to sort of like pull your feet forward to get them back into the original position. Nice, and then we'll all meet up on the tips of our fingertips. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. So again, remember this pose has a name, Utthita. It has a first name. Not all poses have a first name. Hi, my name's Utthita. It means extended. Right? So get intimate with the extended part. And then like make sure the knee is tracking more towards the pinky toe. Good. Let's pull ourselves up into the Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Oh, nice. Keeping the chest facing the side wall. Oh no. This is my first case of sassy hip I've seen today. Dropping that right outer hip. There we go. Peaceful warrior, extended, reach your way back. Yeah, it wasn't you today. Reach back. Keep reaching back and straighten up that front leg. Yeah, Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Somebody do sassy hips, so I'm recorded saying that word. Yeah, scooping the buttocks underneath you. For those watching, sassy hip is when you go like this. Right, I have dropped it. Here we go, cartwheel your hands down around your front foot. Keep stepping forward, Uttanasana. A little bit of space between the feet there. Yeah, make sure the toes are, it's a little housekeeping, but make sure the toes are really facing forward. Now, this time we're gonna do the yogi squat, but we're not gonna turn our toes out. As much as you can, keep your toes facing forward. If this kills your knee, don't do it. I know my feet much prefer the other way, but as much as you can, try to get your toes facing forward. And a couple things are happening now. There's a lot of contact between your outer arm and your inner knee, which we're looking at, which we want. And your shoulder blades are spreading. You feel how rounded your spine, and also what we're gonna want. One more breath. Then tip your way forward and come into that forward fold, lead balloon your head. Come up to the tips of your fingertips, round your spine, hop your feet together. Come up to the tips of your fingertips, hop or step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Nice, everybody. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Breathing in, watch those outer ankles need to pull in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathing out. Taking a breath in and out. So we're going to take what I call the year of the core hops. So you're going to walk your feet a little bit closer to your face and all the way together. Take 2 hops in place, scooping your belly, trying to kick your butt, getting a little air time. Third one hops forward. Yeah. And 2. Good, and all the way forward, yes. Nice, everybody. Flat back as you breathe in. Fold down as you breathe out. Circle and sweep your arms wide. Catch your hands in prayer. Pull the prayer down into your heart. Tadasana. Taking a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Diving and folding Uttanasana. Oh, Malasana, our old friend. Inner feet stay together, knees go wide. This time we are going to take a Bakasana, because why not? So if you need more room in front of you on the mat, or if you know that you like to have your hands on blocks, you can take them. But first come to the Malasana. First make that nice rounded shape. Yeah. Now, slide your hands back towards you. Wedge your shoulders in with your knees. Shift your weight forward and up, Bakasana crow pose. Yes, and if you lift your belly, the feet will almost lift up by themselves. Who's hopping or stepping back, Chaturanga Dandasana? Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, Lynn. Yeah. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathe out. Now, this is interesting because I do want you to press your chest towards your thigh bones. I absolutely do. But at the same time, I don't want to turn into a back bend today. So can you feel that fullness between your, fullness between your shoulder blades, and then take your chest back to your thigh bones? Yeah. Can you get your arms really straight and feel like, yep, and there's a strap. I say it and it happens. It's like a miracle. And your outer arms are being pulled in. Nice. Lift your right leg high and straight. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Yeah. Good. Now, I like to look at this from the back, because the problem with Virabhadrasana 1 is that back outer hip needs to come a little bit more forward for almost everybody. So taking a moment, take your hands to your hips and maybe try to see, can I steer it more forward? Yeah, and then take the arms up high. And then press the thigh bone back. And the other thing that happens with this pose is the butt tends to want to go with the back leg, and you can't blame it because that leg is very nice. But you need to set your pelvis forward, yeah. And then this is a back bend. So I get 2 at the same time. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and then lift your chest. I get 2 at the same time because my arms are long. Squeeze right here and lift your chest. Yeah, there we go. One more breath. And then take Garudasana wrap, right arm underneath the left. Or for those that can't do this, you can do the junior high school. Ooh, I give myself a hug. So like, ooh, we'll do back to the camera. Ooh. Lift up your elbows, press your pinkies forward. Hinge forward and stop when you're parallel to the ground. And now play tug of war. I actually saw somebody playing tug of war on my bike ride today, right? So have somebody pulling your fingers forward, but then somebody pulling your left inner thigh back. Yeah, good. One more breath. Then release your hands down and look to the left as you thread your right shoulder underneath your left knee. Yeah. Pull your right outer hip back. Wrap your left inner thigh to the sky, but pull your heart forward. One more breath. Then free up your arm, come into a regular lunge. Step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. A little different. Shift your weight forward to a plank and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And shift forward into a plank, keeping the belly lifted, arms straight. And back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And shift forward. Now Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, breathing in. Nice. Watch those outer ankles, Lynn. Yeah, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Good. Lift the left leg high and straight. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. So maybe on the way up, we take a look at what's happening with that hip. Like I got my little mic pack on here, you know, feeling like there's, like you too have a mic pack and it's drawing both hip bones towards the midline. And then press that pelvis more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yes. Ooh, goody. And yes, and then lift your chest. That's a technical term. Oh, goody. Yeah, nice, everybody. Then thread left arm underneath your right. Lift up the elbows, press the pinkies forward, which is now rounding the space between your shoulder blades, and hinge forward. Yes, good. Pulling that left outer hip back. Tug of war, good, Kirsten. Yeah. Left outer hip pulls back, good. And then release your hands down. Look to the right and thread that left shoulder underneath. Yeah, make good contact there. Squeeze your little arm with that shoulder and then lean your heart forward. So the momentum, which we're gonna need for like most arm balances, you need that forward momentum. Good, and then free up your foot. Step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good. Shift forward and shift back. And shift forward. And shift back, good. Shifting forward. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha, breathing in, nice. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out, okay. Gonna start again with Virabhadrasana 1. Lift the right leg up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Yeah, so really again, making sure that the left, everybody's right side is, so make sure that the left hip bone is coming more forward, everybody. Yeah, good. One more breath here. Then take your hands down around your front foot. Keep stepping forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. This is a weird little thing I've been working at lately. So you're gonna bend your knees, put your weight into your right foot and come to stand on your right leg, lifting up your left knee as if your knee was attached to your nose. No, with no hands though, just scoop in the belly. And then take your arms up high. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. I don't care if you kept your arms in front, to the side, or with prayer, but once you get there, really roll your left inner knee towards the sky. And everybody, looking from the back, everybody pull your right outer hip back. Yes, Kara, you don't have to, everybody else too. Pull your, yeah, good. Release your fingertips down. Step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Go ahead and tap your knees down to the ground. Crush your ankles and your shins and come to sit on your butt. Yeah. Then come up to your tippy toes and your hands underneath your knees. And so it's interesting so rock back to the back of your pelvis. This is where you could do the pose, or you come up to your sitting bones. Really find your sitting bones. Scoop your navel, lift your legs up, extend your arms, extend your legs. Now there's where the fun really begins. You're gonna bend your right knee like you're gonna kick your butt, and extend. Left knee like you're gonna kick your butt, and extend. Right knee, and extend. Left knee, and extend. Hands in prayer. Ardha Navasana. Ooh, the mic pack back here is very interesting for me. Turn your inner knees down, come back up, cross your right ankle in front of your left. You can roll forward, hop, or step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha, breathing in. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, breathing out. Last little thing before a little bit of a child's pose. Lift the left leg up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Yeah. So let's not forget about the back leg, yeah? So a lot of times when we teach this, we have a wall, so really push, yeah, because you have very high arches, which is nice. Really, yeah, pressing that right thigh bone back, and then lifting the chest. It is a back bend. Lift that chest, lift the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest. Yes, nice, and then release your fingertips down around your front foot. Keep stepping forward. Uttanasana, forward fold, yeah. Now, we really want, again, to lift the navel, put your left foot down, and come to stand on your left leg, lifting up your right knee. Yes. Arms go up. It's almost like Karate Kid #1 for those that remember that. The Ralph Macchio one. Good. Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So the advantage, like, as you're taking that leg back, maybe think I'm going to turn my right leg in. Yeah. Oh, better on this side. Yeah. John, except for John, everybody, though, pull your left outer hip back a little bit more. Oh, and John, Kristen is okay too. Good. And release your hands down. Step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Tap your knees down. Cross your ankles and your shin. Come to sit on your butt. You gotta take the boat ride in the other direction. Yeah. So come up to your sitting bones. I like this pose. I was jumping like lift. Lift, lift, scoop, lift and scoop. Here we go, let's bend the left leg first and extend. And right leg and extend. And left leg and extend. And right leg and extend. Ardha Navasana. Really try to straighten those legs, scoop the navel, come up. Left leg crosses over, hop, step, scoop. Chaturanga Dandasana. Nice hops, everybody. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Child's pose. Toes together. Knees apart. Curl your arms long in front of you. And again, let's go back to taking deep belly breaths. And the child's pose is a good place to look at it because you can really feel your belly go. And also, no one's looking. Right? So we take deep bellies, so people can't see if you're sticking your belly out. It's like secret. Take one more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. And roll up so you're sitting on your shins. Okay. All right, so because you are very four special people, as are you, who's ever watching, there were actually 2 Ekapadabhakasanas. One is the one that people see more and is harder, which I think is interesting. Then the other one people don't see as much and is actually easier. So I don't know why that other one is like the stepchild or something, right? So we'll do the one that, and there's always exceptions, right? What is easy for one person is not easy for another, right? So we'll do the one that I would say in my experience is easier, and then we'll do the one that is more difficult. So it's a crow pose. So in the crow pose family, we always want a rounded spine. The space between your shoulder blades to lift the navel. In the crow pose family, even if your arms are bent, you're thinking straight arms. If you see BKS Iyengar do any of the crow poses, his arms are like stick straight, and his back looks like a camel's hump. So even if we can't do that, that's what we're thinking. Like when I do, especially the second one, my back is It's not curved, but that's what I'm thinking, and that's what allows the lift. These guys know me really well, and they notice, and they know, you might have noticed now that my arms are very long. They're almost down to my knees. So I don't like to use blocks when I do arm balances, but they can be a good thing. So what we'll do, so this is Ekapada Bakasana. I think this is B and the other one's A, but I can't remember. So for the first one, you're gonna come to your hands and knees. I'll just, like, if I was gonna use blocks, I'll put them there and then you can use them or not, right? So I would have them here. I'm gonna step this foot forward. I'm gonna look under like we did. It's nice to look this way and get my little shoulder underneath my knee. And then you take your hands to your blocks. When you're using blocks, it's nice to take your fingers down, right? So not here, because that increases the angle of the wrist, especially when we're doing multiple arm balances. So you wanna be here so it takes the weight across your knuckles, which is where we always want the weight, right? So you're gonna be here, right? And then I'm gonna toss these away because I don't like for myself. Now, this leg is gonna be the one that's like Bakasana. So I'm gonna step that foot in, and that makes the crow shape. And then I'm gonna extend that leg in front, and I'm gonna scoop and lift. Right, so my back is pretty round, my arms are pretty much straight, and this is the other thing a lot of people can get in this pose, which is sort of a good prep. See, this leg, it sort of kicks out to the side because it has to, and as straight as possibly can, yeah? Come down, sit, do Queen of Elizabeth, 75 years on the throne. I owe it all to the comfortable shoes that I prefer to wear. That's what it is, right? And then we'll do the other side. And then come in C, we'll do, then we'll do the, it depends on who you are, the more difficult one. All right, so we'll do like this. We'll come to your Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog for that one. Which leg will be better? I'll do this leg first. Lift this leg. This leg now is gonna be the crow pose, right? My arms are straight, but watch. I have to come forward and lift. Now, as you can see, my back is not completely round, but I'm lifting. As you can see, my arms are bent, but I'm pushing away from the floor, and that back leg doesn't lift because it likes me. It lifts because I tell it to, like Virabhadrasana 3. Let me do that one on the other side so you can watch this second arm. Your arms are here, not here. There's only one time your arm balance is here, and that's my nemesis. The one arm balance, it gives you a lot of trouble. You know, that one. So watch the camera again. So up here, I make contact. Now I have to slide forward, and then I lift. Okay, here we go. Folks in the camera, as I said before, you know what happens if you don't get into the shape? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing will happen. Kara is taking a crash pad. Yes, that's a good idea. Yes, because you have to shift your way forward. And if you get scared and think, I like my dental work, I don't want that to happen to me, you can put a crash pad. Okay, let's step the right foot forward. Look to the left and take your right shoulder underneath your knee. Now, if you want blocks, at least one of you do blocks so somebody can see. Yeah, Kara's got the blocks, yeah. So you're gonna thread your arm underneath and take your hands on the block. And as Kara's doing, her knuckles are going down. Yeah, good. And now step your back foot in. This time, that's the crow. Yeah. And now extend your right leg out. Yeah, but get the back leg into crow. Yes. And then simply pick up that back foot. Yes, but keep the emphasis of the weight going forward, going forward, going forward, going forward. Yeah, push your weight, come on down there, yes. And then come on down. If we want to get crazy, it's a good way to go into Titibhasana, swing that second leg out. Yeah, good. Try to switch them the other way. Yeah, okay. Let's try the other side. Step your left foot forward. And then thread your shoulder underneath. Hands on the outside of your foot. Yeah, if you're using blocks, see how Kara has her blocks halfway on the mat, so they're sticky. Now take care of the back leg first. Step the right foot in and make it like crow. Step in and make contact. And then take care of that front leg. Straighten it out before you start to lift. First start to straighten the leg, John, before you start to lift up. So you can keep that. Yes. There we go. And then push up. That's one of my favorite. Yeah, let's see. Can we get that front leg more straight? Lynn, John. Yeah. Yes, everybody. Beautiful. And come down. Yeah. I know, right? I know, that one's so much easier than the other one. I don't know why. This one's like the foster child. Wait, Kara's gonna do this one again. She gets stuck. So this is a good, for level 1 students, to do regular crow. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good. There we go, there it is. Yeah, good. Right, and then you could swing it into TT Boston and then come back into crow for more advanced options. All right, let's do the one. Kirsten just gave me the, no, I don't want to. Okay, here we go, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. So go ahead and take your right foot into crow position. So really make it contact. Remember we did this at the beginning of class. Now, you gotta shift your weight forward. And as you do, you are gonna bend your elbows. Yes, good, John. And up that, but don't turn into Kundanyasana, Lynn. Keep that front leg like in crow. Keep it towards your butt. Yeah. Good, John. Yeah. Lift. Think up. Oh, do not cheat. Yes, push up. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. This is because, unless you're BKS Anger and some other people, you are going to be quite low, and you got to lift up. And so, also because when you come forward, you do make up your arms like a little bit of a shelf there. And that's the thing. But then the second shoulder, you can't drop it. And that's what happens. And when you drop and you start going down, then gravity takes you all down.
Julie,
yeah.
Do you think, because I feel like I'm really low,
Mm-hmm.
but I also feel like these blocks are kind of in the way. Do you think
The blocks in general, whether blocks are, I guess I should talk this way, so I'm talking to them, whether the blocks are not the savior for everybody.
in pro, I don't use blocks.
Yeah.
And the one-legged one, it was easier for me to use blocks.
Blocks.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it can be, the only time I actually like blocks if I'm doing Ashtavakasana into Kundanyasana B. It's so specific. So that is the only time I like blocks. So blocks can help or not. What they do is give you height.
Yeah.
And when you're going to be moving your legs around, it gives you height, which it helps you if you're not quite lifting your navel enough. And that's why I say God gave me an extra 3 inches, right, of these. So I'm walking around with blocks attached.
I think the height's really helpful to get that front leg forward.
Yes, in the other pose.
That's not an issue. And you also feel scarier if you're a crouch.
Oh, sure. It is for sure scarier. So you can try it again. So, and this is for also, a lot of times people, and put on blocks. It's not necessarily the salvation for everybody. It depends, and it might be pose by pose. So if you want to give it a try, yeah. So let's take the left leg, right? Yeah, and bring it forward. Yep, that's better, Kara. Yeah. Take it forward. Now, everybody shift forward. Yeah, but Lynn, you are massively cheating. You're so on that right arm. Massively. Massively. Yes, John. Yeah. Now, John, lift up. Yeah, look at John. There we go. Yeah. Yes, good. Okay. So let's watch Lynn. Cause do what you did, because she was massively cheating. So it's good to see. Yeah, way more. So she is. Oh, look. Oh, she is so on. So
resting on it.
Yeah. So leave some room for the team spirit. So it can be right here.
Yeah.
Then not here. Right. Yeah, because actually what that does is it's actually making your shoulder collapse.
Why am I not doing it at all? If I'm not doing
This one is hard. That's better. All right, let's watch Kara. This one's hard. It is. I had to work on this one a little bit. Shift. Okay, here's what it is. Okay, you're getting, the hard part too is it's asymmetrical.
Okay, am I dropping?
Yes, you're dropping. And so you've got the asymmetry of you were really listing over just now to your right.
Oh, so not with the side that had me.
Yeah. So again, it has to do with, wait, am I on the camera? It has to do with like John, turn your back to the camera for a second so I can, so it has to do with taking the inner shoulder blades and spreading them, spreading them that way. And everybody's gonna have their one that isn't gonna go as much. So because I am actually very asymmetrical, the right side of my back is, my left side of my back is way stronger than my right. I always have to think that. I feel like when I put my hands down, I think like, I know in my head, I have to spread this one more to support it. So once you know that, if you can feel your, like same thing with headstand. Everybody's got that side. When you're up there, you're like, I'm listening to my right. I'm listening to my left. It's there. So you just have to like auto-correct yourself and go, So that's what it is. And then there's the other thing of like people that tend to like to do Ekapada Galvandasana, that one, don't like to do this one as much. Because they're two because this one's like, oh, my hips are turned out, and this one's a hip turned in. Yeah, so they're two, it's like two different.
Patrick, I like both of those.
You like both, yeah. Yeah, and for that one, I find you have to there we go. Yay. Good. Well, that's quite enough of that. Okay, so here we go. Let's do Janya Shirshasana, which is a nice thing to do because we got the one leg straight and the one leg bent. So go ahead and come to Dandasana, which you guys know is its own pose. Like Chaturanga is its own pose. It's not a drive-through. And then let's take your right leg and fold it up. Nice and folded, and then take it way out to the side. And really push the top of the foot down and reach up and hook your thumbs. And then turn towards your straight leg. We're gonna take the left hand down, reach up the right arm and reach the right arm to the outside of the left leg. And then come up, and it's sort of going two different directions again. I'm gonna reach forward with my right side and pull back with my left. And for my more flexible friends, think about taking your chin down before your forehead. Think I'm gonna keep extending. Yeah, oh, nicely, yes. Very nice, everybody. So it's called head of the knee pose. So yeah, the knee is going one way and we're taking the body away. Nice, everybody. One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. And roll up. Go ahead and step your right foot down, keeping the knee folded, and come back through Dandasana. And be in Dandasana, because it's a very nice pose to be in. Right? Good, and then take the left leg, fold it up, and swing it out to the side. Really send your knee back. Yeah. Really try to be on the top of that left foot. And then hook your thumbs above your head. Yep. As one of my favorite Iyengar teachers says, oh, go up. Oh, go up. Good. And then turn and twist. Take the right hand down. Take the left hand and reach for the outside of the right foot. Yes. And then as you sling back with the right side, pull the left side long. Yes. Good use of the breath, because I see you guys. Inhale. Exhale as the breath goes. Yeah. And then it's nice to think, instead of the crown of the head going down, rounding, which we've been doing a lot of, think I'm gonna extend. So I'm gonna put my chin down before, yep, yeah, nice, Lynn, good. One more deep breath in and out, and go ahead and roll up. Put your foot down and come back to Dandasana. Yeah, staying for a breath in and a breath out. Take your arms up, Paschimottanasana. Again, it's nice to look at the belly action, the belly going in, puffing out as you take the breath in, and then pulling in and letting the pelvis go up and over. Yeah. And like these guys are doing, grabbing the outer edges of your feet. If you got it, maybe putting a block. And if you're a member of the Tight Hamstring Club, it's a large corporation, sitting up on a blanket or using a strap, of course. Good, one more breath in, one more breath out. Roll yourself up to sitting. Separate your feet a little bit. Take your hands in front of you. And then roll slowly onto your back. As one of my friends says, the part where you almost fall is where you need to spend and find that place. Like it's like, oh, I feel weak. Keep going if you can just keep going. Yeah. Like right there's a part where like, yeah. Going. Nice. Take a little happy baby. Rocking from side to side. Oh, the sunlight feels so good. Hug your knees towards your chest and make little circles. Going in one way and then the other. And then lift up your head and neck as if you're going to kiss your knees, again, rounding your spine. Good. And put your head and neck down. Put your feet down. Shavasana. And everybody's got blankets. If you want a blanket underneath your head or across your pelvis or underneath your knees, you need your... if it's scooted out of the way. You're welcome. Separating your feet a little bit. Turning your palms forward, taking your inner shoulder blades towards the spine, letting your toes fall out. And I know if you're watching the video, might be the time you're like, I'm going to flip it off now and go make lunch. Yeah, you could. But remember that Shavasana is a really important pose. It allows the body to absorb everything that just happened to it. What to speak of, it reminds us of the true role of asana. Right, the game of yoga is not about asana. Asana is but one step along the way. So this is about teaching us to have relaxed awareness, to slow down, so eventually we can slow the mind down, so we can see we're not a body, we're not a mind, we're actually a soul. So if you're watching this video, testing yourself to see if you can actually do Shavasana. Go ahead and put one hand on top of the other on top of your heart. And deepen your breathing. And just assess your body, right? Where are you feeling the benefits of this practice? Let's do a scan from your toes to your feet, to your ankles, to your shins, to your thighs, to your belly, to your chest, to your arms, your neck, your head. Take your arms up overhead and take a deep breath in and point your toes forward and your legs back. And as you let the breath out, just let everything collapse and fold. And again, stretch and fold. And then bend your knees, put your feet on the floor and roll over to your right, using your right hand to catch your right cheek like a little pillow. Staying for a breath in and a breath out. Then push yourself up to cross-legged seat. Taking your hands in prayer in front of your heart. We'll end with one sound of Om. Breathing in. Taking your hands to the mudra of gratitude, your third eye center, taking a second to give some gratitude. And I thank all who have taught me on this path, including you guys here and who's ever watching it out there. Thank you so much for tolerating me, for watching, and for letting me hopefully serve you a little bit. The light that is within me most humbly bows down to the light I see shining within all of you. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys.